Thanks, brothers. Something that has been one of the things that's been on my heart for some time now. In Deuteronomy 33 and 26, it's about how there is no one like God, our Father. Nowhere. In essence, there is two categories. There's God and everyone else. Because there's no one you can compare God to, our Father to. In Deuteronomy 33 and 26 and 27. 26, it said, "There is no one like the God of Jeshurun, who rides the heavens to help you, and in his excellency on the clouds. The eternal God is your refuge, and underneath are the everlasting arms." And what I've been thinking about is that there is no one that does or will do what God has done for us. You can't compare him to anyone. Daniel 4 talks about the inhabitants of the earth are as nothing, we who are nothing, but yet God does something for us. That, as we heard earlier, Romans 5, 7 and 8, as both of the brothers alluded to, and I think it's good for us to read it again. Romans 5, 7 and 8. It says, "For scarcely for a righteous man will one die, yet perhaps for a good man some would even dare to die. But God demonstrates his love toward us in that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us." And a couple of pages over, Romans 8, 31 and 32. It said, "What then shall we say to these things? If God is for us, who can be against us? He who did not spare his own son, but delivered him up for us all, how shall he not with him also freely give us all things?" And that's what's been on my heart today, that I can't think there's no one in the universe that would do what God has done. Our minds can't even fathom what God has done to take someone who is nothing and bring him, as he did Mephibosheth, who is nothing, but yet can invite us to the house, into his home, and not even into his home, but he wants to allow us to partake of his nature. That's one reason why there is no one like him. There is no one anywhere. You can't compare. You can't look somewhere around and compare to God. And even if you do compare it, like even it says the holiest of fathers. If you do compare him to God, if you find the holiest Father, the most precious Father on this earth, if you compare him to God the Father, that person is evil. And that's how absurd that's how big the gulf is, and that you can't even compare to God. And that has brought into my heart a deep gratitude, as Brother Benoit was saying, to continue to give my heart to him, that he deserves to be trusted with my whole heart, and to give myself to him without anything in return, because he's already given enough. How shall he not with God? He offered him up, delivered him up for us while we were yet sinners, who were nothing. Yet now that we're his, he will freely give us all things. And it's touching every time I think about it, that who would do something like that? There is no one like him, and that I want to give my life to him even more wholeheartedly. And that's what I want my response to be.